measure, and masu is the
name of this
The objects,
box.
yeah.
And the yongo is yon is 4 in Japanese, sorry. So it's 720 ml, and that's regular size bottle for the sake. It's not 750, it's 720 always. Into the sake taste and acidity and alcohol balance and everything. But
In Japan, they don't know all these terms.
and it will kind of brings up the really nice aromas because it's more wide surface to touch to the oxygen or hot and cold
They'll be on the back so you can play around with them a bit.
stuff. So toso is a part of the kind of very traditional things to do in New Year's Day.
28 degrees. Yeah. And as we were saying, you want to aim for a little bit in a restaurant setting, aim for a higher temperature than you want it to be served at. Because by the time you've poured it from there into a cup, and then you've moved it and it's got to the person, they poured it, it's going to have dropped at least 5 degrees, if not 180, and then
That's all.
360.
Okay.
So try this sake whilst it's at this temperature, heat it up to 50 degrees. If you try really hard, you can see the numbers on the other side of the glasses. Try and be disciplined and not do that when we mix up the glasses, yeah? Otherwise you're defeating the point of it. Very deep soy aroma, yeah, very deep kind of marmite.
Fruit salad.
Actually, the first thing I was thinking from an Italian restaurant after telling you.
So we've got 3 more sake to try.
I'm not going to do notes on them, just try them, get your feedback. We've got 10 minutes, but they've been brought fresh from Japan, so it's very exciting.
What is the
Try and get rid of the smell of awful sake out of these 2 cups.
So 23 has been polished away.
no, it's the remaining rice.
Really? Oh wow.
So the sake that I just served, this producer called Nagurayama from Fukushima Prefecture, and then they apparently won the prize, golden prize in local competition for over 17 years. So they have a good, yeah.
They're good.
So the one on your left is Junmai Ginjo. It's called the Kaori. You don't need to make a note if you just taste. And alcohol content is 15 to 16%, and the rice polishing ratio is 55. And on your the other way around. So
On our right.
on your right side is this kaori, and on your left side is again another Junmai Ginjo, Yokikana. This one is 16% alcohol content and 50% polished ratio. So both same Junmai Ginjo, but and the same producer. Just want to see what you feel when you can taste.
Yeah, feedback,
Yeah.
please, for Japan.
So what do you think? Are they both very different?
Quite
Quite
different.
different.
Yeah. One's more aromatic and floral and fruity, and the other one is kind of richer on the palate, and it has more kind of a bitterness on the finish.
The one on the right seems to have more freshness, acidity. It seems much brighter, acidity, but quite broad. Still has that kind of searing sort of acidity in a good way. And the first one on the left I get more of that kind of sort of licorice kind of notes. And the second on the right, which has got more of the bread and the yeasty kind of flavors. On the first, yeah, very, very strong.
You tried it?
Yeah, I'll try
I
the
think
first
those Junmai Ginjo is the same, but it's completely different styles. Like the other day we tried Junmai Dai Ginjo, but one is really light and very dry, crisp, but the other one has got so much more character.
It's different, same rice and different yeast, or
これお米って同じお米ですかね？
そうですね。
そうです、一緒。Same, sorry.
はい。
Same. So just the difference is polishing ratio.
So tell me which one, I mean, what was the polishing ratios again out of both of these?
Polishing,
First one's 55%.
Yeah.
Between 15 and 16% alcohol.
Yeah.
this
Brewed
one,
this month.
Yeah, this one is 50% as well, but alcohol is 16%.
Okay.
So that's 50%.
50%.
This is 55,
50%.
that's 50.
Okay.
So it just creeps into Daiginjo territory, yeah?
You went to this producer last year?
2016 with Bosch-Allenstein. Very funny too. I'm not entirely sure how to... There you go. So that is a steaming machine, pushki. One thing that really struck me about this, we did visit about 5 breweries in one day, so I may be confusing something. But the one thing that really struck me about this brewery is their balance between kind of using technology and doing everything by hand. And they had a really nice balance of moving stuff around the place and using labour-saving technology to lift heavy sacks of rice and blow rice around the brewery and all that sort of stuff. But everything was still done, all the work with the rice and the sake was still done by hand. This is the koji muro. And the main man, head of the brewery. This is where they're making moto. So these are the size of the tanks for moto.
Up to here.
You see a slightly smaller one over there. And then these are the things that they lay out steamed rice on to cool it down. These are the big fermentation tanks. So these go down, 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 down. But you have a platform at this level so that you can walk amongst them and have a look at them. Yeah, but they're much, much bigger. You've got to be quite careful because when the fermentation's going, there's a lot of CO2 being given off. And so you don't want to pass out and fall into the, they've really a lot of care about that because people have died that way. That's a video. Awesome. Let's see what happens.
I hope it's the right one.
Yeah, me too. So this is an example of a steaming machine. Yeah, so sure. So there's a steaming machine coming out and then it being cooled. Yeah, so these ladies were collecting the steamed rice as it came out of here into these bucket thingies, and then this is where I think I started getting impressed. Yeah, there was you see here, he then wheels it. It's got to go upstairs to the koji muro. So there's some breweries that they lug it around, and they've got some sort of device on a ladder where you wheel it across, pop it up, and then it's automated up that ladder, and someone else can pick it up. So it just saves you having to go up the stairs with it, and then bring it into the koji muro. This was the guy operating the crane. Yeah, up the ladder into that koji muro. That's a terrible photo of them doing the same thing. Oh, cool. so that's the first part. Remember, you top of it, boom, slap it down on the table. All going in.
Why is the other guy not wearing a mask? Only one.
He's probably got a cold.
Because it's the allergy season.
Well, he's probably got a cold, so you tend to wear masks to stop stuff getting out of you rather than stuff going into you. This is the steaming machine, big steaming machine. This is them picking it out, shoveling it out of the koshiki into there, the rice, thank you. That, I don't know what that is. That might be a boiler, or yeah, I don't know.
Is that computer generated on the panel?
No, it's just lots of lights. I think it might be a boiler, I don't know what it is. So quite often breweries have these pipes where rice is blown through them, again to stop you don't have to pick it up, and it's coming into the main ferment tank. So this obviously by the size, the height of the tank, this might be a motto tank, I don't know, but let's pretend it's not, it's a big tank. So then it is like the second or third edition or something. See a video of it if you want. Mixing. There's just a little bucket you do stuff, and then it was jolly cold. It's in Fukushima, me just taking a photo of the thing. That's me and the boss.
Nice jacket.
Thanks, man. People can see me coming. Cool. So that's Nagarayama. It's good brewing.
First time, those sake came out to the abroad. They never crossed the sea.
Really.
Wow, amazing. Really good, really nice treat. I definitely want to take a picture of the bottle.
Yeah, please.
So that was the one on the left.
The first one was the one on the left. But you're right now.
Yes.
We're obviously over time. We've got one last thing to do if you'd like to do it. It would take like 5 minutes. You happy with that? 5 minutes?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Well done. So find a glass. This is an umeshu.
ありがとうございます。はじめまして、演習リミテッドの大久保さとみと申します。本日御社のゆきかなと、あともう一商品月給を試飲させていただきまして、とても飲みやすく、本当にこう明るいお酒だなと感じました。ありがとうございます。
Shacho-san, thank you very much for sending your fantastic sake here to London. We had some really positive feedback on it. The two Junmai Ginjos were really interesting to see, one after the other. And we've tried a lot of sake. We've tried 35 sakes on this course, and so it's been really interesting to try 2 sakes from the same brewery. What we find quite difficult in the UK when we do this course is finding sakes that show particular things. So it's really useful to say you have 2 sakes from the same brewery, one using one rice and one using a different rice, or one using one yeast and one using a different yeast. And so the fact that we had your 2 Junmai Ginjos, which are polished to a slightly different level, and they were slightly different in character, that was a really useful thing to be able to show anyone. I think people were really excited about the 2 different sakes and how it fit in with all the others, and the fact that we could get them fresh from Japan this month, brand new sake, is really exciting. So thank you very much for your generosity. ありがとうございました。